What's going on, everybody? Good morning. It is a somewhat of a nice, very early Sunday morning. You guys know I love to get out there and ride. Early Sunday mornings, early Saturday mornings, that's the best time. Really nobody out on the road. But today I got to get this video out for you guys because you guys been asking me. And I've been wanting to get the video out for you guys of what I think of the BT Moto tune. So about a week ago, or a little over a week ago, you guys seen the video where I installed the BT Moto tune. So this bike stock has at the crank 160 horsepower and 137 foot-pounds of torque. So per BT Moto website and their dyno results, the bike should have, hypothetically, what they're saying right now with the stage 1 plus, which that's what this bike has now. That's what I installed on it. So they're saying it has about 183 horsepower now and about 157 foot-pounds of torque. It's about roughly a 23 horsepower gain and about a 20 foot-pound torque gain. Was already crazy fast, as you guys know. I did a couple videos on it already in its stock form, and the bike just rips and it handles fantastic, and it's like riding literally like a magic carpet. It's super comfy. But today I wanted to get this video out for you guys because you guys been asking me, well, what do you think about the bike after the BT Moto tune? How does it run? Is it faster? And so forth. So we'll go through all of that. And I have to get it out this morning because today, in a couple hours, it's supposed to rain the rest of the day, all night, all day tomorrow. We're supposed to get like a nor'easter. They're expecting like maybe 6 to 7 inches of rain. So definitely won't be riding for the next several days. So I'll get this video out for you guys today. So we are we're gonna do a little startup. And the BT Moto tune, watch now when I start it, the RPMs don't go like all the way up to they don't go all the way up to like 2,500, 3,000 RPM. They stay rather low. That's what the BT Moto tune does. You see? So it jumps up and then it just stays at about 1,000 RPM. So I'm just going to take off. We're just going to warm the bike up as we ride. Just keep it low until it warms up a little bit. But I'm fully fueled. And that says 205-mile range. I think they say with the reserve you could probably get about with the reserve I think you could probably get about I think it's like 240 miles, which is pretty good. And it is windy. Definitely the wind is picking up. New home, just framing it up. It's about 62 degrees. I also put this Clockworks windshield on. This is the 23-inch Clockworks windshield. But man, I love Clockworks, but the one thing about this windshield, there's a lot of distortion at the top of the flare here. And I can't, if I put it all the way up like this, it's hard for me to look through it because where the flare is, where it's actually bent, there's somewhat of a lot of distortion. So I don't think I'm going to be keeping this windshield on the bike. I had the other one on there, the 7 Duroc, and it has a really minimal lip at the top, and it was much better. I let my buddy Mike use it, so he's using it now, and he actually likes it. So he's going to be he actually ordered one for himself, so I got to keep it down a little bit so I could look over the top. It works well. This windshield works really well, but like I said, it's just right here. I don't know if you guys could see it, like right here there's like somewhat of a lot of distortion. We'll have to order the other one. 7 Duroc. God, it's a rocket ship, boy. Oh, I hope you guys can hear that crazy intake noise that I've been telling you guys about. It literally sounds like a fighter jet. Absolutely insane. So this thing, I think it was like at 110 miles an hour stock, I think the ECU shuts off. There's a speed limiter obviously on the bike at like 110. That's been removed, and I'll show you guys that. But the fueling, there's a lot of things that the BT Moto Tune does. Not only give you more horsepower and torque, but it just smooths out. It smooths out a lot of the, or you gain, I should say, a lot of the mid RPM loss, from the stock tune, because also, that's just for EPA reasons and stuff. But also, like, when you have a stock bike, almost every single bike out there now, and it's because of, the EPA rules for emissions and stuff, when you crack the throttle on every motorcycle, and, on the dyno, they show you this. When you crack the throttle, the bike, I should say the computer, never gives you 100% throttle body opening. So if you got 100% open on the throttle, most of the time you're only getting like 60, 70, 80% throttle opening. So that all gets removed. So basically, when you open the throttle here at 100%, you're getting 100% throttle plate opening on the motor, or on the throttle body, I should say, which is what you want. You want to, basically get what you're paying for, right? If you want 100% throttle, I want the throttle body opening up 100%. So it's another thing that BT Moto does. Also, it drops down that high idle. It also lowers the operating temperature, so the bike runs cooler, which is great. Removes the speed limiter. It did not raise the engine RPM. That stayed the same. That's at about 8,500 RPM. So think about it, guys. It's crazy. Inline 6-cylinder, 180 something horsepower, almost 60 foot-pounds of torque, going all the way up to 8,500 RPMs. That's insane. So that's like, at least 2,500 RPMs higher, than like my Harleys, my road glides, anytime we did the motor work or whatever. So the roads are still a little bit wet, but like I said, I wanted to get this video out to you guys. But the wind protection on this bike is insane, I'm telling you. Like, I don't feel anything on my feet. Like, you could see, right? Like, look, you could see my legs tucked in, my feet, the floorboard's actually protecting my feet. The nacelle, the cowl, side cowls are basically wrapping around my legs. I don't feel anything. And now I see there's drizzle, it's raining. So that's what I'm talking about. So that's why I wanted to really get this video out for you guys today. We'll still get on it. But it's just super smooth. That's what I'm noticing now. It's super smooth. The throttle, like the mapping, is just so precise and crisp. It was already even stock, but now even more so with the BT Moto Tune. Quick shifter up and down, meaning you don't need the clutch. The only time you need the clutch on this bike is when you take off out of first gear. And then basically, like I'll show you, you just rip through the gears, See my hands off the clutch. Look, fourth gear. This bike is just so smooth and agile. It's 740 pounds, so it's basically 60 pounds lighter than almost like the lightest bagger, which I say is probably going to be like a Street Glide or Road Glide ST, which comes in at about 800 pounds. So it's still 60 pounds lighter. But once you start rolling, once you get moving, this thing, the handling is literally like a sport bike. So you got the 17-inch front and back wheel. It's basically like a sport bike configuration, and it's just super nimble. It does not feel, it feels like a 500-600 pound bike. It doesn't feel like a 740 pound bike. So that's another reason why this bike is just so fast. So just to give you an idea, in the stock form, this bike is able to pull away rather easily on, say, let's say a Road Glide with a 135 in it. Not a problem, not a problem, because it has a lot more horsepower, and also because it's lighter. But now, like, I still didn't even change out the exhaust. I could save probably I'm gonna say a good 20 pounds if I changed over the exhaust. You know, removed the stock exhaust and put some maybe aftermarket Akrapovic exhaust on it, and a header. I could probably save 20 to 25 pounds. Oh geez, it's starting to drizzle, but I think it's gonna hold off for another couple hours. What else? So yeah, so that's why this bike is just so incredibly fast. Fuel mileage, I think, is about 30 something per gallon. I think it's like 35. 7-gallon tank, 7.1, something like that. It's a huge tank. So you're gonna get, like I said, close to about 240 miles to a tank, I believe. I haven't tested it yet. I haven't went on any long trips yet. I got a full tank. I got 1,062 miles. I am due for the first service, which is the oil change, filter, and we're gonna have to change the fluid in the differential, because this has a single-sided swing arm with a drive shaft. So the differential fluid is going to have to be changed. So I'm going to do it myself and show you guys how to do it. It's rather simple. Right now, as you guys can see, it's showing 33.1 miles per gallon, but I've kind of been hammering on it. So that could go up if, like, I'm on a long distance trip and I'm taking it easy in 6th gear the whole way. That would, you know, obviously get better. That would improve. But like 6th gear, even passing power, like, I'm literally just touching the throttle, almost like barely nothing. And it's just all that torque and power. It just propels the bike so smoothly, and it's so stable at high speeds. It just feels like it's super planted, and it cuts through the wind like incredibly well. Oh my god, and just that intake noise is absolutely exhilarating. Wish I had a windshield wiper on this windshield. That'd be pretty cool. They should put one on. And you guys will see, like, it's drizzling. Like, I'll show you my pants when I get off the bike. There will be nothing on my pants or shoes. Alright, hopefully this rain will back off for a little bit. So yeah, I think I pretty much gave you everything as far as what the BT Moto tune does for the bike, other than, you know, improved horsepower and torque gains. It does a lot of things for the engine, for the bike. And as far as for a BMW motorcycle, they're probably going to be, like, you know, the best as far as for tuning on these bikes. They're just super knowledgeable. They've been tuning BMW bikes and cars for a super long time, and I've had the BT Moto tune on several other BMWs, my S1000RRs and my XR, and I've never had a problem with any of it. It's just effortless. It's actually really nice weather to ride in. 64 degrees now. It's just really windy. I got my heated seat on. I got the grips on. Heated seat is set to 4. Heated grip set to 2. And with that and the wind protection, you could ride this bike all winter long. And I've been riding the bike in road mode because it has the softest, most plush suspension setting, which I think. So I just been leaving it into there. When you put into dynamic, the whole suspension stiffens up, and also what happens is, like the throttle response, it gets more aggressive and stuff like that. It's not that you get more power, it's just more aggressive, you know what I mean? But I like it in road. Seems like this rain is getting a little more consistent. Like I said, we're supposed to get a nor'easter here in a couple hours that's supposed to last for like 2 days. That intake noise. Oh, man. So, I don't know, honestly, again, I really don't know if I'm going to change the exhaust on this bike, because I'm going to definitely use this bike, you know, for my long distance touring. And honestly, I love that it's quiet and comfortable and the wind protection is good. All right, let's kick it down here a little bit. I gotta get some pulls in before it rains harder. Maybe we'll slap it down into second. Yeah, I don't know if that's 5.0 right there. But yeah, for a motor, you know, to have like 180 horsepower and pulls all the way to 8,500 RPM is sick. And it just, like, this road has so many imperfections in it, I'm telling you. And it just soaks them up so nicely. Wow, 122, like nothing. Holy cow. Man, I'm gonna say this bike is probably good for 170 miles an hour. I'm not even kidding. It's crazy fast. That's at 6. It just pulls harder and harder and harder. The intake noise is just absolutely insane. So I mean, would I recommend this tune or map flash for you guys that own any BMW or the K1600? Absolutely. If you want a little bit more power, and if you want all the other things that it comes with that I already explained to you, then I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. But honestly, like, does the stock K1600 need it? Not really. I mean, it's already fast. But like me, as far as me, you know, we always like to try to squeeze any bit of power or torque that we can out of the bike. And I do, like I said, I do like that they lower the operating temperature. I do like that they lower the startup RPM, because there's no reason for a motor to be running that, like, I believe at 2,500 RPM when it's not even warmed up. So little things like that, you know, I like. And when I give it 100% throttle, I want 100% performance out of the motor. I don't want the ECU to be giving me only a partial opening of the throttle plates. Oh man. Man, I would hammer on this turn, but the roads are a little wet, so I can't. But this thing just wants to scream. The whole front end of the bike lifts up. It's insane. Wow. Yeah, it's incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. It's just such a joy to ride because it's just everything's like super smooth. The quick shifter, the throttle, the connection between the throttle motor and the wheel, it's just perfect. It's amazing. The screen, the infotainment, I really like the BMW infotainment. Super bright, super easy to read. But we'll go over. I'm going to do a video. Like I said, I'm going to do a video probably in the garage, maybe on a rainy day, which is going to be coming up the next 2 days. So I'll probably do a video on the ins and outs of the menu and all the features that the bike has. I think that would be pretty cool, so you guys could kind of see like how the bike is. The bike's got XM radio, or Sirius XM radio, I should say, which I like. It actually came with Sirius XM radio free for 1 year, so that's pretty cool. Also, you could pair, which I have paired now. That's what that white box is right there. It's telling me the speed limit, and it's also calculating, or I should say, recording my ride. It's automatically connected to the BMW Motorrad app, so it'll record my exact ride, where I went, my lean angle, my top speed, my G-force, like all of these parameters. There's so many that it records, which is pretty cool, because then you could go back and look at the ride, see where you went, see how fast you were going, average speed, fuel economy. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I definitely could tell the power. I mean, it's not drastic. We're talking about, say, 20 something horsepower and 20 foot-pounds of torque, but this thing it just rides so good and runs so good. So I think I'm gonna stop for a cup of coffee, and I'll show you guys around the bike. All right, guys, back at the house, and yeah, the bike just runs absolutely phenomenal. Runs amazing. So I definitely could vouch for the BT Moto Tune. It's always did a great job, and I would highly recommend it. So what am I going to do next to the bike? I'm definitely going to get the 7 Duroc windshield, because like I said, this flare is really massive here, and when you look through the windshield, for some reason it's just distorted. I hate to say it, but it's just how it is. So I'm going to try out the 7 Duroc, which I had. It worked good, but I think I'm going to go with a little bit taller and a darker tint on the 7 Duroc one, and try that one out. And then I think in the wintertime, when the bike is down, when we can't ride, I'm definitely going to chrome this cover, that cover, and if we go to the other side, the same 2 covers, I'm going to take them off and have them chromed to match the exhaust, because like I said, I don't want this bike to be loud, because right now the engine intake noise, it's just so intoxicating. It just sounds so awesome, and it is a real joy and a real treat to literally, you know, be able to go on a long distance trip without that loud noise, humming, ears ringing at the end of a trip. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If you do have a loud exhaust, by the time you're done with like a 400 or 500 mile day, you get to the hotel and it takes literally hours for like the ringing to stop buzzing in your ears and in your head. and it takes hours for your body and mind to kind of settle down to a place where you could kind of rest and sleep. So I'd rather have the bike quiet for a long trip. But we're definitely, like I said, the next bike, the next Harley that I put on the channel, we're gonna definitely do a nice performance build on it. I'm not sure yet what I'm getting. We are literally right around the corner from finding out the new colors, the new bikes, if there are any, and the colorways that are coming out on the new Harleys for 2026. So I'm really excited about that. Whether we go Road King, I don't know. Whether we go Road Glide, I'm not sure yet. Or CVO, I'm really not sure yet. But whatever we do, we're gonna do, I think, a massive performance build over the winter. Because here, you guys know, we're kind of limited to riding. As soon as we get into kind of November, December, January, February, March, you got about 5 months of super, and even in the beginning of April, about 5, 6, almost 5.5 months that, you know, I used to do all those cold weather rides, but I'm kind of done with that. It's kind of played out for me. So what we're gonna do is I might get a lift in the garage, like a serious lift. So this way we could put the bike on, the Harley, and kind of do a build on it, a full build. And when I'm talking full build, like I wanna do big motor, chain drive, wheels, probably paint, unless, you know, if I don't find a nice color that I like, we might do a custom paint job. We're gonna, like I said, do the motor. We'll do the suspension. We're gonna go all out. It's probably gonna be the best build. And my neighbor's generator just kicked on. So to end the video, we're definitely gonna do a good build. We'll do some a nice winter project. I'll get the lift and probably just, you know, put it in the middle. I'll still be able to park the BMW back there. I think we'll do the lift like right here. So this way I could lift the bike, we could work on it, and bring you guys some pretty cool videos over the winter. That is my plan right now. And then for the BMW, other than the windshield and chroming out those panels, I'm thinking about maybe getting a back, like a, not a box, but basically like a tour pack. I seen a pretty cool one, so we might do that for like some long distance trips. Other than that, there's nothing else that is needed on this bike. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, because like I said, in a couple of weeks here, we should be hearing from Harley Davidson about the new colorways that are coming in. We'll bring you guys that content. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.